Hello and welcome to my channel. This is Lisa with Lisa's Faith and Budget Planning channel. I'm excited to be here today. I'm excited to be here with you, getting into my September week 2 weekly check-in. Every week I do this. I film on Thursday and I put the video up and share with you guys. So we are going to go over all the transactions, what we spent, and mindfully pay attention to what we're spending. I'm kind of excited today a little bit because I have a new freebie that I have linked in the description box below with my freebies that I have there. I think I'm up to 4 now, 3 or 4, maybe more freebies in the description box. And I was inspired by another YouTuber to kind of create this freebie. Before I go on with that, if you're new to my channel, welcome. I'm excited to have you here. I enjoy doing budgeting and sharing my budgeting journey. We are a household of 4 adults. We are consumer debt free, but we are mortgage. We do have a mortgage, and I do Mortgage Mondays, which was I think the last video I put up. So check that out. I'll try to link that one as well in the cards. And yeah, I just love budgeting and finding new ways and trying out new things in order to budget with my family. And that's been a struggle. I love budgeting. My family does not. They could care less. They just look at me and go, do we have the money? I'm like, well, let's think about this. So that's hard for them. But I think I found something that me and my husband can really use and really stay on the same understanding where the money is going, and he's actually using it, writing down and everything, and I am excited about that. Apps don't work for my husband. He doesn't like setting up. I think he's overwhelmed by doing the entire budget. So when I saw this person, her name is Tasha. If you're watching, Tasha, hi. I hope things are going well. Still enjoying all your videos and the kids and all the things. But she has 2 channels, one called Mind Your Money, and the other one is Tasha's Money and Stuff. So Tasha's Money and Stuff and Mind Your Money. Those are the 2 channels. I will try to remember to put those in the description box as well. But she had one video a few weeks back in August where she had this ledger sheet that she had laid out, and she needed somewhere simple to track everyday spending that she was trying out. And when I saw it, it just like, wow, I love that. I want that. How can I create that for myself? So I want to show you that real quick before we get into the weekly check-in. And if you are not interested in hearing this part, just kind of fast forward to the next part. I'll try to put timestamps so you guys can go to that part. But this is what it looks like, and she would probably recognize it. Move my notebook here. And I created 2 versions. Here's the first version. Very simple. You have your date, your description, categories, and amount. That's it. That's all you really get. This is how you're going to budget. The inspiration behind this was from a Japanese method of budgeting. It started, I think, in 1904. It was created by, I got a bunch of notes over here I'm looking at, created by a woman named Hane Motoko. I'm going to give you a little history lesson here. And in 1904, Russia and Japan were at war, and the men had left, and the women were behind to take care of the family and the budget, and they probably had never done that. So she came up with a simple system for them to use, and I just kind of took that system and created these 2 sheets. Now this is a portrait, this is a landscape. Now this has 6 categories, this has 5. I didn't know how to get and keep it set where you can hole punch or whatever for these categories. You can spread them out or whatever. But this one has 5, this one has 6 categories on whatever it is that you need to make as your category for budgeting. Essentially, it's not much different than what we're already doing in our budgeting systems, but what she did was, because she was a reporter and she had articles in magazines, she put this method of budgeting down, and it looked like this when I saw Tasha's. And what you're supposed to do is take the first thing, how much money do I have? And then you take out your fixed expenses that you know you have to pay, like your mortgage, your anything with a due date, you pay for those. And then they have 4 categories under that: general, want, culture, and unexpected extras. That's it. So whatever cash was left after all the bills, the mortgage came out, the utilities came out, whatever it is that they were paying in that time period. And it continues to this day. They still use this method. It's very simple and not very cumbersome to work with, and you just really need a ledger to do it. Once those things were taken care of and they know how much money's left, that's how they categorize their spending categories. And then they thought to himself, how much do I like to save? How much am I spending? How can I prove? Or you can replace the I with we when you have a partner, like your spouse, that you both need to know how much money is coming in and out. And this is what me and my husband use. Ours looks a little different because I customized it for myself, but I do have these in the description box. Now, I have been trying it out for myself, and it's been very successful. As you know, in my budgeting planner, when I plan at the beginning of the month, I have a total amount for the entire month, for the monthly. And here are the categories: grocery, household, restaurants, miscellaneous, gasoline, and copay. So I have those numbers. Now, when I did paycheck to paycheck, as you can see here, this is what I was working with. So that totaled $1,400 for the entire paycheck 1 period for our spending categories. All I had to do, this is what mine looks like. Now, I did kind of put together like my paycheck 1, which equals also my weekly check-in 1 and 2. I just was being extra when I did that. I put my category titles. I put need, want, whatever the category was. And then I started with that $1,400 and I subtracted down. And I'm actually to page 2. And this is what I'm left over right now. And it works. And my husband's number matches mine. And we're actually doing this together. And I am super excited about that. So that's why I went ahead and made a 2 versions of this to put in the description box for you guys to kind of pick for yourself. And it's a free downloadable PDF Google document, and you can use it for your own budgeting. Now, it won't have like titles or that at the top like you saw before, but I just thought that inspiration of simple, mindful budgeting and kind of thinking things through as you're writing your transactions, just like I do when I do my weekly check-in, can be a huge way of saving money when you realize you're just spending your wants and you're budgeting your wants, but you don't necessarily have to, and you can actually save that. So that's kind of the area I'm in, because we don't have bills that we are like loans and stuff that we are paying on. We have extra income, and I create these categories to kind of fit in that extra income. And I just think the mindfulness behind it is very inspiring. Will I change much? I don't know. We kind of like the style that we're living in right now and increasing the income from here. But we'll see. I don't know. It's going to be interesting. So anyways, if you're interested, again, these are in the description box. They're free. You just print them. This is regular copy paper. Or you can just take the image off the screen, draw your own lines, and just need pen and paper, just like any other budget. But if this is something that could help you, I'd love to pass that along to you guys. Now back to our regularly scheduled program. So here we are. We are checking in from Friday the 6th to Thursday the 12th, and we're going to go through all the spending. Not as bad as the previous, but that was Labor Day weekend, and we just had a lot of extras that we were doing, which is a lot of fun. I already have my little note here that has everything that I need to check off, and we are going to go over a lot of things, including some bills and some changes that are coming up very soon. Now, I have already paid this bill, but the credit card back, because all of our spending goes on the credit card, but we're going to go through the numbers and I'm going to show you what I had to pay back in order to make sure everything was paid off. Okay, so the first category we're going to work with is grocery household. It's always in pink. It's the first one I always start with. And I have a purchase here that I did a grocery pickup at $198.14 For Meijer, when I did my grocery pickup, there was one item that I couldn't find on the app that I really needed, and I thought for sure they had to have it in the store. Maybe it's just not, the inventory's not inventoried right. I know my store is going through a remodel, and so certain things were kind of off a little bit, but that's okay. So after I got my groceries, I ran inside really quick and did find and buy the item I was looking for. One of my sons still loves chicken nuggets. I mean, they're in their 20s, but they love them. And so that was $7.79. I did have to buy, instead of the one large bag with like, was it 4 pounds of nuggets I usually get, they had the 1 pound or the 2 pound bags. So I got 2 of those, and then we were good to go. The next thing I have here is $95.25. Oh, these groceries were just stock up on milk and necessity things, lunches for this upcoming week, and coffee creamer, juices, breakfast items, water, snacks, all the things that we normally have in the house. A few extra cleaning supplies that actually drove up the price. Things like dishwasher tablets. I did buy a steak that weekend, so that bumped up the price and things like that. So I had quite a few things going on in that purchase. The next one I have, that was the $198.14. This $95.25, my husband was interested in getting Biflex again. They're supplements for joints and things like that, and his joints were bothering him, and he remembered it did help. And so we bought 2 big bottles of it. It was buy one, get one 40% off, and that reduced the price really well. And I got insect control. We've got spiders pretty bad out front, and then wasps try to nest in the little bit of openings that we have around our house. Thankfully, we're going into fall, and they'll probably be dormant for quite a while, but we have a lot of wasps that seem to get into the house, and it's driving me, not in the house, but into like the siding and stuff like that where there's gaps. And so there's gaps between the siding and the rock facing that we have outside in front of our house. So we're going to come up with something this winter to kind of fill up those gaps, and hopefully they'll quit nesting or trying to nest in that. But I did buy some more spray, tea, and other lunch items. That's what we got here. More lunch items that I forgot. Then $132.46. I feel like you can't get out of the grocery store without spending less than $100, and you really don't get a whole lot. And I don't really have a choice because everybody's priced about the same here where I'm at. And I feel like our area, even though it's a little bit rural, it's like I don't remember the prices being this bad in other areas that are larger cities. And it may be just because the larger cities, because they are so large, there's less deliveries or something. I don't know. I don't know how to make that logical. But anyways, the prices are pretty high here. $132. I did do another pickup. A lot of this was coupon stuff that I knew was happening. My husband drinks ginger ale, and my son drinks root beer, Barks root beer, and they always have buy 2 get 1 free, which makes it just over $5 for each case, instead of $7.99 for each case. So I tried to catch that sale, and that's what I bought here. So I got 6 cases of soda. They last us a pretty long couple months, pretty long time before I have to go back and do that. And then they had a sale on mouthwash, so I got 2 bottles there. I got oven cleaner and some more milk and crescents and snack stuff. I need more toilet paper, and I did buy a big thing of Tide Pods. That's what we use for our laundry. That was on sale. I think we saved $5 on that, and we paid $11.99 instead of the $16.99 that we normally pay, and things like that. So that totaled up. We did get about $40 in coupons and promotions that were in the store that day. So that was really awesome. Lots of savings there, but I still had to spend a lot to get those savings. And sometimes that's why my my shopping is so high because they have them and I have to buy multiples of something that I normally would just buy one of. And it saves you a lot of money, but I'm still spending a lot of money too. And then here, $31.89, I remember. So we wanted to make like a Greek dish almost, or at least make it taste like a Greek dish. So I did a lemon chicken marinade with Greek yogurt and a lot of spices with it and flavoring. And then I needed more Greek yogurt, which I only get the little container, and that covered the chicken and tomatoes and olives and corn and olive oil, and I got a few things to make chicken salad with. So I was doing specific recipes and things I don't normally keep in my pantry or in my refrigerator, and I buy them as I need them. So that's what that was. So it's $31.89. So let's go ahead and total up the groceries and see how much we spent this week. Okay, that was $465.53. So that is that. Now we're going to move on to the restaurants. We went out to eat the Friday, and I went out to eat on Tuesday. Oh, me and my husband went out to eat. What in the world did I write here? That is not what we spent Taco Bell. Hold on a minute. I just copied the number below it for some reason. Let's see, how much was that? All right, got that one written correctly now. I had it on here, but for some reason I didn't write it on there. That was so weird. Anyway, moving on. So, let's see, the boys ordered their Papa John pizza and stuff. And then my husband and I left and went to Buffalo Wild Wings, and tips were involved in both of these transactions. So here we spent $49.31 and Papa John's was $32.02. The next thing I have is Buc-ee's. So at Buc-ee's, if you've never been to Buc-ee's, and a big gas station with 121 pumps. We have one here where I live. And so we were, my son wanted barbecue, and it was a treat for him, and wanted to look around in the shop. If you've never been in one, it's like 3,000 square foot of shopping in there. And so he looked around, and when he was done, he picked up a barbecue sandwich, pulled pork sandwich, I think is what he got. And I picked up my husband a chopped brisket large, like a mega sandwich. So one was like $7.99 or $8.99, I can't remember, and the other one was like $12.99 or whatever. But they were like my son's was this big and my husband's was like that big. So these are huge sandwiches, and they love them. So it's what they have for lunch. So that was $22.13 for both sandwiches. Obviously, I also spent something else. It was one receipt. I'll put my arrow here, but I split it up between a shirt I bought and this, and I'll tell you about that in a minute. Let's see. Taco Bell was $19.48, and then First Watch. So I got to visit with a friend of mine, and we had brunch at First Watch, and I splurged and got a huge meal, but it was amazing. They have amazing food, and I really enjoyed it. And with tip, it was $21.21, and had a great conversation. I think we were there for over an hour and had a really good time talking. And then we picked up her daughter from preschool and came home. It was just really, really cool. She lives right down the street from where I live. So yeah, that's always awesome to spend time with her. So let's go ahead and check that off. And that is all the restaurants I have. So I'm going to total this one up. All right, so we spent $144.15. This is about average per week lately. So I think it's just because it's summertime. Nice to get out, visit with people and stuff like that. All right, so now we have gasoline. no, not gasoline, miscellaneous. So I only have the one miscellaneous. While I was at Buc-ee's looking around like my son was, I found a long sleeve t-shirt, and it's getting ready to go into the fall, so I like to wear long sleeve t-shirts. And I got this cute Simply Southern Halloween t-shirt that says "Hey Boo" on the back, and it's got a little ghosty and all these little pumpkins. I can show you my sleeve because it went all the way down my sleeve here. And it says "Hey Boo," and that's basically what my shirt looks like. And I don't care if it's still September and not cold. My house is pretty cold. It stays 70 degrees all the time, so I can wear long sleeves in the house. And you know, it's just very comfortable, soft t-shirts, so I really enjoy them. And every year I'll always buy one or two there at Buc-ee's because they usually have pretty good selection, which is so funny. It's so weird to say I go to a gas station to buy t-shirts and clothes, but I do. I've even bought baby clothes there. It's ridiculous. Okay, $25 for the shirt, and there's that. And then gas. So I bought gasoline the other day. It was $62.41. We'll probably be okay. I might have to get gas one more time before the end of the month, so I might go a little over this month, but I'm not sure. Pharmacy is $6.14. I have a couple more pharmacy prescriptions coming in today. I should have waited till today, but I didn't know when they were coming in. And now we have the unbudgeted. So I'm forcing the budget to kind of pay for things that we weren't sure about. One of those things was the hotel stay at the Fairfield Inn with my son's rooms when we went Labor Day weekend, $247.58. I've paid that. I have actually transferred money from the money market account into the checking account, and that's going to cover this unbudgeted. That's now my unbudgeted category, and that's the unbudgeted money. So I have paid for this. The Vision Works, I think I already paid for that. That was, yes, $154.99 copay. I did pay for that. I just forgot. This $133.17 breach gear. So this is something my husband had purchased. He purchased one item last month, and then this month he had a 10% discount, and he bought a 6-pack of, they're actually undergarments basically, but there's something he needed and he's definitely using and wearing. So I'm like, okay, we'll figure out how to pay for it. I actually paid for it today. I paid the credit card already before I came on, but I forgot to not pay for that yet. I wanted to wait until the end of the month, but it's too late. I've already made the payment. So I'll make it work and we'll figure it out. And if we need a little extra money at the end of the month, then I'll make sure it comes out of savings. So that is everything there. I will come back to the bills in a minute. We're just going to do the weekly check-in for right now and take this information over here. So I'm going to write sideways a little bit for a minute here and just put what we spent, $465.53, $144.15, $25, $62.41, and $35.01. And then we have these combined, which I didn't total. I should have. $247.58 plus the $133.17, and that is $308. I'm sorry, $380. Now we're going to do the new balances of all these transactions and how I paid for everything. So I know I paid for it all on the credit card, so I'm just going ahead and put my check marks here. That's what I use check marks for, is to let me know that this is what we decided, that something we made note of and we decided to do something, or that I've already paid for it, and that's how I kind of designate that there. So now with the grocery household part of it, it is $1,430.53 for the rest of the month, minus the $465.53 that we actually spent, and that left us with $965. If you divide it by 3 weeks, we have about $321 a week, because I'm doing a 5-week month this month, part of August and then all of September. $459.90 minus the $144.15, and that gave us $315.75 for restaurants, and divided by the 3 weeks, that's a little over $100. Okay, I'm back. I'm sorry, my battery died, so I'm not sure where I left off in the middle of what I was talking about, but restaurants, $459.90 minus the $144.15 is the $315.75, and that gave us a little over $100 a week for the next 3 weeks. So yeah, $105.25. So hopefully we'll get through that. Probably not. We'll see. The next category is miscellaneous, which is $233.63 minus the $25. I'm doing pretty good, not splurging too much out of this. $208.63. And then gasoline, $141.09 minus $62.41. There we go. We have $78.68. Why did I write 3501? You guys are probably laughing at me. Oh my gosh. I only spent $6 and $6.14. I'm not sure what I was looking at. So I had $35.01 left over. I did increase copay from $150 to $190 to include that VisionWorks transaction for my husband's new glasses, which we're really excited about because I think my husband figured something out about himself. So minus the $6.14 gives us $28.87. Hopefully that's enough for prescriptions. I have I have several prescriptions coming up. I have 3 I'm picking up today, sometime today, and my son has 1 we're picking up tomorrow. So yeah, that's a thing. So that is what I have left in these categories for the rest of the month. If I don't have enough to cover copay, I will put a pharmacy transaction in grocery household because that's where I have most available money available for budgeting. So if I do a copay purchase under grocery household, and I might actually do mine under grocery household since it's the same grocery store that I normally go to. I don't know. I'll work it out and see which one works best. But I did spend this $380, or me and my husband did. He bought something, and then what was the other unbudgeted thing? Oh, the hotel. That's the hotel and breach gear. So that is that for my weekly check-in. I'm going to make a note. Hotel, I transferred funds. I'm actually going to put them out here. I normally don't, but I did transfer the money into a checking account to cover, trying to find my notes here, the hotel. This money actually got transferred to the hotel from the savings to the checking. The reason I didn't go directly to the credit card like I normally do is because my bank wouldn't let me do it. I don't know what changes they're making, but I don't like it. So there we go. Let's try that. 247.58. So I did move cash for the hotel. So when I paid the hotel from the credit card, the cash was sitting there. Minus the 380. I always want to say 08. There we go. And 133.17, which is the breach gear I meant to wait to pay for, but I accidentally paid it ahead of time. And it's fine. I have money in the checking account for the next week. My husband's about to get paid, and we're looking pretty good. Actually, I have a paycheck 1 closeout and paycheck 2 setup video coming up next after this one. So go ahead and set your notifications for that. Like, subscribe, and do all the things. But yeah, I'm going to write paid early, so I can be mindful of the fact that it's already paid, and I can understand that I need to pay attention to what I'm spending up here, so maybe I can compensate for what I overspent right there. So it'll be fine. It'll be fine. Not a problem. So that is the weekly check-in. I don't like these check marks over here. I'm going to put them all down the middle, and then There we go. That looks better. And I'll leave that note there. So that is all I have for the weekly check-in, but I still need to find out how much I have to pay the credit card back. So if you want to see that, let's go to the monthly budget. All right, you're going to see some new stuff here that went on the credit card. You know we have Spectrum. Spectrum is our internet, phone, and cable. I'm getting ready to call them. I'm canceling the cable and phone because I don't even have a phone plugged in. A landline. I don't even have it plugged in because I got so many calls from telemarketers. It was unreal. It was horrible. I just unplugged the phone, never plugged it back in. I have my cell phones, so I'm not going to worry about it anymore. So we're canceling that, and we're canceling the cable. We only watch like 3 channels, 4 channels tops, and just not interested. So, and the date that we need to cancel this before the new billing cycle is today, or tomorrow actually, but I'm going to do it today. And it cancels immediately, so it just drops off. But I do have to find out what is the new amount for the internet. So we're going to do internet only through Spectrum. So that Spectrum's going to stay. I just don't know what internet only is going to look like. I would say 80 to 100 bucks possibly, because I'm not going to be able to get very much in discounts anymore and things like that. And that's fine. But we did pick up Hulu Live, Disney, and ESPN Plus and ESPN Plus. So this is $87.15. There was a little bit of a discount this time. Next month it'll be $95. So between the two combined and all the sports my husband wants to watch and having a little bit of live channels as well. They had the same live channels that we normally watched on the other one, and it got rid of a lot of the duplicates that we didn't want, because sometimes when you get cable, you get, like, depending on your television and the pixelation and stuff like that, you get lower stream, and then HD streaming. I don't know. It's a thing. It's a thing. I don't know. I don't get why. One set would have been fine, but anyway. But it had all this extra that we didn't use, and this doesn't have all that, and I am more happy, and it's easier to use than what the Spectrum was as far as cable goes. So having the live, having the Hulu, and I've already watched stuff that I hadn't watched anywhere else. It's only on Hulu that I've been wanting to see, so I'm happy about that. Love having Disney Plus back. There's some things coming up soon that I want to watch this winter, and I can go back and watch The Mandalorian again, which I'm kind of excited about. And then ESPN Plus, you know, it's football season. It's football season. That's all I got to say. College, pro, all the things, all the excitement. So my husband's enjoying that. I'm still waiting for my water bill to come out. They haven't cleared that check yet. So let's see. Now this $87.15 is actually these two transactions here combined. I want to double check that real quick. Put the calculator here. $26.49 plus the 66. Okay, that's what, yeah, $87.15. That matches, so everything is good there. So I can check these two off. And then $24.92, this is our YouTube Premium. Wow, we got a lot of stuff going on. Not only do my family watch this, and mostly me and my husband and one of my sons, but both of my sons and myself use YouTube a lot. And the one thing we just got tired of was commercials. So the only way to get rid of those is a subscription for the premium. So we're spending quite a bit. I do see that. But it's definitely helped. Dash Pass, we use that because we do delivery with the pizza where we're at. It just works out really good there. We still save $20 a month. I'm happy with that. And then $7.41. That is HP ink for my printing. I've been printing all these little sheets and stuff and things for the my family, so that's been working out pretty well. So these are the bills. And now we're going to figure out how much we spent in total and had to pay the credit card back. All right, that was $129.47. There we go. Now let's go ahead and total all these back. Let's see, pay, credit card, and make sure the number I already paid is the same, and hopefully I didn't mess things up. All right, paid $1,213.45. I'm actually going to check my bank app and make sure that is the transaction. Actually, I think they email me. Yep, $1,213.45. That is what and it says checking account, what time, what the new balance is in my checking account. So, yes, everything has come out, and I did pay for that one item I was not expecting to, but that's okay. It'll work out in the end, and I will make sure it's taken care of, even if I have to transfer a little bit from savings if I don't have enough in the rest of the categories for what I have available right now. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more of my videos, please subscribe to the channel, and I will see you guys next time. Have an amazing, blessed day. Bye.
As a young girl, the fields were mine. We played hide and seek for hours, raised our shadows among the pines. So offshore, playful and free.